All right, welcome into the College Football Roundtable. We're doing our weekly recap show after missing last week. We're back, and we had a heck of a weekend. Some big games to talk about. Let's bring in our boy Season to get the show started. What's up, man?
What's saying, brother? Hey, it's your boy Caesar, man. How you doing, dog?
It's going, man. It's been a hellacious day, but I'm so glad we have the show to give me an hour to discuss some football.
Hey, you can hear me? My mic's good?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
All right, cool. I'm gonna get it posted to social media.
And our YouTube channel's growing, dog.
I seen that. I need
Subscribe to
everybody to keep liking it.
listening and tuning in, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit us with the like. We appreciate that, man. We're starting to grow a little bit. Just keep up the support.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we definitely and the more likes and subs we get, the better off or the better things we can do.
Same thing with the X channel, or
Yeah.
X account. Follow the X.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, let's jump into it, man. Let's I guess we'll start with Colorado, Utah. Colorado 49, Utah 24. It kind of started off slow for Shador and Colorado. They threw that one interception to start the game. Um, but I tell you what, man, Season, I don't think this team can win a championship, but I think they can win a playoff game. I really do.
Yeah, they got some talent on that team. They got some
Yeah, I
talent.
mean,
Defensively,
yeah,
all they need is a few stops a game, basically, and hopefully, like they could win in some shootouts. I think they could win a playoff game.
yeah,
I,
I think so too. Now that depends on it depends on where they fall in the bracket.
right? They
If they
need,
get lined up with Ohio State, that'd be different. But if they got I mean, I think they could give Tennessee a run for their money.
and they're gonna have a bye week, probably most
Yeah,
likely.
yeah, that too. But
That
their
bye,
defense yesterday. Now Utah's offense ain't great, but the one thing that Utah does really well is they run the ball really well. And I thought was what was the most impressive thing to me was Utah held them to 31 yards rushing
yeah,
and sacked the quarterback 4 times.
yeah. Shadir had that one interception on that his first pass.
Yeah,
After
yeah,
that,
first pass.
after that, he just started balling, huh?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were,
and I was a little worried about him when he threw that. I was like, "Oh no, Colorado's fixing to do the thing that they always do. They're
yeah,
they're fixing to pull it off." But no, Colorado came to play, and I have been so impressed with Colorado, man. The way that they've
we
been
got to talk
playing.
about Hunter. Travis Hunter,
Yeah.
dog. Hey, my boy won the Heisman or what?
Oh yeah, if he don't win it, man, I'm gonna be so mad, so
I know
mad.
he finally gave up a touchdown on the season. He got burnt one play, but other than
Yeah,
that, he had that touchdown was crazy. Whenever he scrambled,
yeah,
he got in. That
yeah,
catch is ridiculous. That catch when he
yeah.
went up to two people and came down with it, that was dumb. Um, he had an interception.
Yep.
Sure he
Yep,
had some.
interception, had 5 catches, 55 yards, had that one run. That was amazing. The catch, that was amazing. Had the interception.
He had some
Yeah, I mean,
tackles. He had some
yeah,
tackles.
yeah, and he's just doing Travis Hunter things. I think to me, he's the best player in college football, which is where the Heisman should go. And
Yeah,
I think Shador is playing really well. I still think he holds on to the ball a little bit too long, but I mean, he's 30 for 41, 340, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's pretty good against the Utah defense. I was really impressed with Colorado.
he went off. I know he had a fumble, but he went off too. The big
Yeah,
tall receiver on the outside. He's a
yeah,
mismatch at times too. They got a lot
yep.
of mismatches on the offense. I find.
They do. Sanders and Travis gets a lot of the love, but they got that Will. I think it's Will Shepard guy. I mean, he had 5 catches, 71 yards.
Wester
Um,
Wester had the punt return for a
yeah,
touchdown. He had some speed and pop on him. Wester.
they have some skill weapons that I don't think a lot of people talk about the other guys. That doesn't include Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders.
Oh yeah,
Um, that Miller kid, 6 catches, 108 yards. They're just a really dynamic team, and they're really good. I depending on who they play against in the playoff, if they get there, they got to win the next 2 games and win the Big 12. But if they get there, I think they can absolutely win a playoff game, depending on who they play.
Who's their final two? Who's Colorado's final two?
They've got Kansas next. They're only favored 2.5 against Kansas.
Kansas
That's a
playing,
tricky game.
Kansas playing some good ball right now. They
Yeah,
beat.
that I'm gonna be if they go to Kansas, and I know Kansas's record wise isn't good, but if they go into Kansas, or and they got to play at Kansas, 30-30 game. That'll be probably a good game next week.
Yeah,
If they go into Kansas and beat them pretty bad, man, that'll be pretty impressive because this Kansas team's playing really good. And then they got Oklahoma State, which I don't think Oklahoma State will give them any problems.
no, you're right. They
So if they
really
can,
they got locked in the sweet hard on Kansas.
yeah, they do. Yeah. So, all right. Anything else you want to talk about on that game before we move on?
Yeah, Travis Hunter, man, he should be the favorite now moving forward for the Heisman.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. Um, all right, let's go. Texas 20, Arkansas 10. I was really that game, man. I got a couple of thoughts on that one. The defense, I'll start there. I was really impressed with Texas's defense. I thought they did a really good job. Arkansas was like 11th in yards per play. They held them 231 yards. They held the run game to 2.4 yards per carry. And Green, he only had 149 yards passing. On the flip side of that, though, I'm still concerned about Texas's offense. The run game, still not that good, 3.4 yards per carry. Quinn only passed for 176 yards, and that was against the defense that was 125th versus the pass. Quinn, man, he's still inconsistent on the deep shots. He missed a couple in that game. He hit one or two, but his inconsistency on the deep shots feels like that's what's going to hold Texas back, from winning the national championship, and the fact that they don't really have a run game.
Yeah, his deep. I feel you with his deep shots. His 50-50. That's not his forte, especially in that offense too.
Mm-hmm.
Wise, I was actually pretty satisfied with Sark's play calling
Oh
against.
yeah.
I feel like he called a pretty solid game, even though it wasn't really a blowout. They were about to score late though, Texas. Before
Mm-hmm.
I think they would have scored again and kind of made it look like a really good blowout. I still think they controlled the game. You would think you felt like they controlled the game the whole game.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't ever think that they were really in trouble. I just thought, and I agree with you. Sark called a really good game. I think he gets some vertical throws open. I just don't think Quinn's hitting them. I just don't think he hits them.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Because Sark will draw it up and gets you some explosive plays, but I just don't think he has the quarterback right now that's hitting on many of them. And I think that's what's going to kind of hold Texas back from winning it all is Quinn. And there was times also what was frustrating with Quinn is he seems like he'll hold the ball too long. He also seems like if his first read ain't there, he kind of starts to panic. He runs into sacks. I noticed that he was running into a couple of sacks.
That offense is like kind of more like a first, second read type offense.
Yeah.
Lots of like predetermined play at the time. I noticed that about Texas. Like, what happens if you got to make him go through his reads a little bit? I'll be a little nervous at times, probably. Urs doesn't strike me as a person that's just going to sit there and like sit in the pocket and then take a hit too and like deliver.
Yeah, that's kind of the point I was trying to make. Yep, exactly. Do you think I think I've seen your top 25. Where'd you have Texas on your new top 25?
1 second, I'll tell you.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I think I dropped them a little bit. Not based on this game.
I'm at 4.
Okay. Yeah, I think I might have had them 4 or 5. Yeah. I just don't I just think the offensive line and Quinn is gonna hold them back.
Texas defense, they're going to rely on that defense and just the new starts play calling to kind of like just control the rest of their season for sure. We kind of know their identity. What happens if they run into like a really heavy box where it's like they can't run and like you can maybe lock up the receivers on the outside.
Yeah.
That could be a concern I have for Texas.
Yeah. And I guess the big question I would love to ask you, let's say Texas loses to Aggies, so they go 10-2. Do you think with their resume,
Yeah, then you're saying?
huh?
Like if they make the playoffs with an L.
No, let's just say they lose to the Aggies. Like they go 10-2 in the regular season. Do you think that's enough? Would you put Texas in the playoff at 10-2 with the resume that they have?
Yeah, probably so.
You would.
Yeah,
I'd have to look to see how it would all fall.
they probably.
I just, yeah, yeah, because they just don't. To me, the only, I mean, if they lost to Aggies, then they had the Georgia loss. Their biggest win would be Vandy. That would be it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The
Yeah,
strength of schedule ain't the greatest. So
yeah, that's what would throw me on. If I had to, like, let's say it's between Georgia. Let's say Georgia's in, Bama's in, Ole Miss is in,
hmm
and then say the final fourth spot is down to Tennessee, Texas.
yeah,
I would I would go Tennessee because they had the win over Alabama.
that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that may be for another show, but I was
Yeah.
thinking about that while we were talking about it.
How about the tiebreakers we're gonna have, bro?
Oh
Potentially.
my gosh, it's absolutely ridiculous, dude. It's
What we got, like 5 or 6 teams right now with 2 losses.
yeah, yeah, it's chaos, man. There's a
Yeah,
website that has where you can go through and pick all the winners of the next 2 weeks, and it'll tell you who's in the championship game. I looked at it earlier. If everything stays chalky, like the favorites win, it'll be Texas versus Bama in the SEC championship game.
damn. Okay.
That's if everybody win, the favorites win next week and the week after. As long as all the favorites win, we don't have any upsets in the SEC. It'll be Texas and Bama.
Okay.
But if anything goes haywire, if Texas loses to Kentucky or loses to Texas A&M, or Bama loses to Oklahoma, it could get interesting.
I feel like there's a scenario we could have 4 or 5. We definitely got 4 SEC teams making the playoffs, I think.
Yeah, there's a possibility for 5 now. That 10, the talking point right now is people are thinking Tennessee's going to be left out.
I could.
Because they would be that 5th SEC team, and I don't know if
Who Tennessee got left on their schedule?
they got a cupcake this week. I can't remember who, but they're like really bad. And then they got Vandy.
Man, they might win out to Tennessee. I think I got them winning out Tennessee. I know Vandy might be a little tough game, but I think they can beat them.
Yeah, and then yeah, it's going to get interesting what they do. I'll be curious to see what they do. Let's say Indiana gets absolutely blown out by Ohio State. Do you knock out 11-1 Indiana with their toughest game being a blowout, and you put in a 10-2 Tennessee?
Oh, I think Indiana probably still gets in.
Yeah, that's the kind of scenarios we could be seeing here in the next couple of weeks. I think if Indiana wants to get in the playoffs, they don't necessarily have to win, but I could see a scenario where if they did get blew out by Ohio State, like I'm talking about, like say Ohio State beats them 49-3, 11-1 might not be enough for them based on their resume.
Maybe.
And then they may jump a 10-2 Tennessee team in there. Now, if they keep it close, it's like a 3-point down to the second, I think Tennessee's in. I mean, Indiana.
Yeah, I got you.
But anyway, we'll get we got so much time to talk about that.
Some tricky scenarios coming up.
Yeah. Tulane 35, Navy 0. I know it was weird to bring this on a recap because of how much of it's blowout, but I seen you had mentioned on Twitter how impressed you was of Tulane's wide receivers, and I said it on Thursday's show. Me and Austin was talking. I think Tulane's actually better than Boise State, and I think they're better than Army, despite them having 2 losses, because the 2 losses they had was a close loss to Kansas State, and a loss to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And I'm just really high on Tulane. What you think of Tulane?
Man, like I said, I'm really impressed with their receivers. I honestly think they got top 5 wide receiver room in the country, to be honest. I think they got 2 NFL wide receivers. Man, they look really good in this game. I actually watched a good bit of this game. Defensively, I don't know if they played a triple option team already this year or if they really studied that Notre Dame film pretty hard. But defensively, man, they knew what everything their Navy was trying to do on the triple option. Like they're very disciplined, very aligned. I was really impressed with their D line. Offensively, bro, they did anything and everything they wanted. Though, man, that offense was really explosive.
Yeah.
Tulane's dangerous. Let's see. You said you got them over Boise State and Army.
I didn't rank them that well. I haven't actually finished my rankings. I'm thinking about it because I personally, I'm one of the things that's frustrating me about rankings this year that I want to fix within myself too is a lot of people, I think, not you, season, but I'm talking about like the playoff committee and other people, like they'll rank teams just based off like, oh, they see a 10-0 or 10-1 team, and then here's a 9-2 team, and maybe that 10-1 team though their resume is like really really bad. They don't have a really good resume, and then that 9-2 team, they have like 4 or 5 tough games. They slipped up twice. I just think Tulane's better than Boise. I look at the resume. They had a really close loss to Kansas State, and they almost beat Oklahoma. They were coming back and beating Oklahoma, and then I just watch all the other games. And like you said with Navy, dude, they outgained Navy 358 to 113.
Yeah, Tulane got a good offensive line as well.
Yeah.
Tulane got
Yeah, man. I just really think this team's the best G5 team. I really do, man. I think they would beat Boise, and I think they're gonna. We'll find out if they can beat Army. That's who's going to be in the AAC championship.
I think they could beat Army. Honestly, Boise State scares me a little bit more than Army. I think against Tulane.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they could.
If I had to rank it, since I already said Tulane, I would go Tulane, Boise, Army.
Yeah,
That's the three best.
yeah. We're gonna find out because they play Army and they clinched the
Yeah.
championship game. So the American, right?
Yep. They've already clinched it. It's all set. It'll be Army versus Tulane, which I think is going to be an awesome game.
Yeah,
That's going to be fun.
I'm picking Tulane to win it, dog.
I am too. I'm telling you, man. I am super high on Tulane, man. The quarterback. We didn't even talk about the running back, Hughes. He's awesome.
Does Tulane play Memphis, or am I thinking of Louisiana?
Yeah, they play Memphis next week, I think.
They got Memphis. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that'll be that could be a tricky one.
Because they already clinched the championship, Tulane, so they can't get ahead of themselves a little bit right here with Memphis. Memphis is a good team.
You coach, and you're gonna have to get them players to buy in.
I'm pretty sure Memphis is in the coaches' top 25.
It wouldn't surprise me. Memphis was actually my G5 playoff pick this year.
The coaches ranked Memphis this week.
Yeah, I had Memphis playing in the playoffs at the beginning of the season, and I was really high on Memphis, but still think they're a good team. But I don't think they're as good as I thought they were going to be. But yeah, super impressed with Tulane. All right, let's. I'm trying to see.
I wonder if that game's at Tulane, the Memphis one.
Let's look real quick.
It's at Tulane, dog. Oh, what?
Oh,
nice.
Do we know what time yet?
It's nighttime, 6:30.
Oh, yes.
This is on Thursday.
Oh, a Thursday night.
Is that Thanksgiving night? That might be Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's the next.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy, bro.
Tulane, actually, not even the next. It's not till I think Thanksgiving's 2 more weeks away. Yeah, it's like the 28th is Thanksgiving. But yeah, super impressed with them. Unfortunately, we're gonna move on to this one for season. Florida, 27.
Yep.
LSU.
Ugly at the end, dog.
Yeah, well, I saved the UGA one for the end because I know we're gonna probably go long on this one because I got a few questions for you. Let's start this. Let's start this way.
Yeah.
You're an LSU fan.
Yeah.
Where are you at on the Brian Kelly debate as of today?
It's not looking pretty right after that last sale right there. I can tell you. Yeah, this year's shot for sure. It's a wrap. Man, it's starting to heat up a little bit. I would say for sure. It's starting to heat up.
But what do you feel? Do you if you personally?
Yeah. I definitely think.
Are you cool with him coming back? Or are you like on the fire him bandwagon?
No, not yet. Not yet. Fire. I did take notice after the L though. It started just cross my mind. I say, but I think he comes back another year. Yeah. I'll be cool with it. Yeah.
The next thing I wanted to ask, I'd seen it was all over Twitter. You know, he was yelling at that one player, which wasn't that didn't bother me. Nothing
Yes.
bothered me, but did you see where Lacey was yelling at him?
Yeah, that was like the first time in his career at LSU where players were starting to like act out of character, kind of what he's trying to set. For the most part, he kind of had a good standard that he was building.
Yeah,
This year, it kind of fell apart a little bit. I find his culture a little bit, his standard. Um, yeah, he's gonna have to coach his ass off and like really. This offseason is so critical. And what's coming up in the future?
yeah. I think the portal is going to
Yeah,
be something they're going to have to really go into this year. Anything the one thing that I saw in the game, I found today after this afternoon, I didn't even realize this. Dude, LSU faced 24 third downs, and the average distance was 8.8 yards.
mm, that's a bad stat. Offensively, man, ever since the halftime of A&M, this has been a whole different LSU team. I
Yeah,
noticed since that halftime of A&M, it's been really ugly football, like bad football.
yeah,
Uh, it's been hard to watch at times. Nuss is making really bad mistakes in decision making at times. At times, I noticed
yeah,
he's not really that mobile. Nuss.
yeah. He was
He
sacked 7 times.
yeah, I don't know if he gained so much weight or just he never really had that running in him a little bit. But I noticed this year he kind of got a little bit big, a little bit put on too much weight. I noticed he's not as mobile. Yeah, he got sacked 7 times.
Yeah, 7 times, and I kind of felt like I do think he's got a lot of work to do, but
He
I
got a lot
also
of work to do, man. He got a lot of work to do.
he does, but I also think like
He got like
he's not getting a lot of help right now, though.
right. LSU. This is a really big off season for LSU for sure. I would say.
Yeah, like I kind of feel similar about him with Beck, and we'll get into Beck later. But
To the bet, like they overachieving for the most part. LSU. With
yeah,
what like, if you look at that LSU team, that ain't like no. That's not no traditional LSU team out there. They don't got too much dogs on this LSU team.
yeah, yeah. I thought it was. I thought the thing that was most concerning to me was when we talked about this game Thursday. Um, I was a little worried about LSU because I thought with Lagway coming in and his legs
Yeah,
and the ability to not stop the quarterback runs, but Lagway didn't even run that much, if at all.
the defense played besides the tail end of the game.
Yeah,
The defense played respectable, well enough to win. Offensively, LSU offense was horrendous,
yeah,
horrendous. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
it was bad.
for bad for how bad LSU played, they still should have won probably and could have won
Yeah,
that. But give credit to DJ Lagway though. Florida's play caller. He's not scared to test your corners. I like
yeah,
that. Florida. Lagway got an NFL arm in my opinion. He got really good arm talent. I think Florida. If they build around Lagway, Florida, they have a shot to build a really good team over the next 2 years. I think they need to build around Lagway, Florida. They're going to be dangerous. I think in the future.
I do too. That I was just thinking that before the show. I'm with you on Lagway. I think he has the potential to be a top draft pick in the next couple of years. I think he could be the next big quarterback in college football.
Yeah,
I really love how the Gators are playing for Napier right now. They really seem they're not quitting on him. They're playing hard. I was really impressed with how they played against Georgia and how they played against LSU. The Texas game, they had a third string walk on quarterback playing, and yeah, I'm with you, man. I think this team could be dangerous. They're not recruiting really well right now, but to me, I think the strategy for Florida going into the offseason is probably going to be
they need a
load
top
up on the portal,
top
have a
15. I
oh, they
think
got a what?
if they get, I don't know where they at right now, but if they finish like top 15, top 12, 10ish, that wouldn't be terrible. I feel like.
No, and there's plenty of time too. But my general point was also going to be like I would put I would kind of go the Ole Miss route, and I would go into the portal, attack the heck out of the portal this offseason, and then focus back on high school recruiting for next year. Try to have the best year you possibly can have next year to build momentum in the recruiting cycle.
Yeah.
and just go all in. I got the 24/7 Sports. They are currently. Whew, I'm still scrolling. I'm in the 30s. They're 33rd. So I mean, they can get up there. They can get up there. They got 1 5 star, 6 4 stars.
Yeah, they need to get in the top 20. Florida.
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
can get into the top 20 and then add into then go portal shopping
Yeah.
and then try to build into next year. But yeah, super impressed with Florida. Really liked how they've been looking here lately. All right,
Ole
let's
Miss.
brighten up. Huh?
They got Ole Miss coming next week.
That's gonna. Did you see? I think Ole Miss was only favored by like 9 or something.
Yeah, that's a decent line.
Ole Miss needs to be careful now. I'm not picking it, but that might be my upset pick next week. We'll see. We'll tune in Thursday.
Yeah,
Uh, where season and Austin is killing me in upset picks. You got yours last night. Austin got his again, and I'm 0-2. You're 1-1, and Austin's 2-0.
man, BYU, Kansas, the Jayhawks.
Yeah, yeah. I can't believe I'm 0-2. I got to get a win here this weekend.
You're gonna get
All
one.
right, let's brighten up the day and talk about them dogs. 31-17 Tennessee. Tennessee, they jumped out to a 10-point lead. And I told you when I was watching the game, it was looking bad. It was dropped passes. Beck wasn't doing good, and then it all changed. I don't know what happened, but that second half was the best football I've seen from UGA since 2023. Beck looked absolutely amazing. This was my favorite stat from the game, and my favorite one, especially after what I seen last week against Ole Miss. 0 sacks, none, versus this Tennessee defense that has generated a lot of sacks, has done really good at pass rushing, and is a legit defense. They allowed 0 sacks. The other thing that impressed me the most, they had touchdown drives of 75, 84, 87, and 92 yards. So it wasn't just short fields like they were getting at some games. They were really long drives. They were explosive. Wide receivers are catching. Beck had his best game, I think, since the Bama second half. So yeah, I was super impressed, man. I was really impressed with Georgia. If this is the Georgia team that we're going to get from now on, this team can win a national championship. But I don't. Is this a one-off? I've seen this before. They played a great second half against Bama, and then played like crap the rest of the year. So I'll be curious to see how this Georgia team. That they got UMass and Georgia Tech. So that Georgia Tech game is going to be tricky. It's on a Friday night.
The Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, UMass. You're gonna tune up the band for Georgia Tech.
Yep. So what was your thoughts on that game?
Man, yeah, you're right. Man, if Georgia plays like that, they're gonna be a tough outing for sure. If they could just stay focused and just dominate the rest of the year, they're gonna get into the playoffs. If they just went out, and then they're gonna be one of those teams where like you don't want to play in the playoffs. Georgia.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't want to play them in the first round. I feel like Carson Beck dominated this game. This was one of his better games, especially after the last 5-game stretch. We were all kind of criticizing Carson Beck throughout the college football community, and he kind of responded. He kind of, he didn't play bad at all. He didn't have a turnover, no turnovers.
No turnovers.
I was big on him. He was making some really great throws in this game. Man, the chunk plays, and this was no slouch defense either. This was like number 1 defense in the SEC. A lot of people were saying, first time Tennessee gives up over 20 points in a game. Georgia Bulldogs did it towards week 12 we were in.
Yeah.
Tennessee had a really good defense, man, and Georgia was really making some plays. Didn't really have a lot. Didn't kill them on the ground. It was mostly through the air.
Yeah, it was through the air. I don't know how many passing, but they had 453 yards total offense.
If Carson Beck plays like how he did against Tennessee, very much have a chance to like win out and go deep in the playoffs.
Yep, that'll be the thing though. We got to see if he can do it again.
Yeah, he has to consistently play like that.
Yeah,
Carson Beck. We all thought preseason kind of a little bit. he shows flashes of it. The turnovers was really just what was killing them. If you don't have no turnovers, look what Georgia does.
Yeah.
He plays clean.
Yeah, he does. I'm telling you, if that's the team we get,
A lot more
that'll be
dangerous.
yeah, there'll be, and I think we'll find out the Georgia Tech game. I'll be curious to see how they play in that one, because if you get sloppy against Georgia Tech, you can lose that game. Brent Key has shown that he is the giant killer. He beats ranked teams at a high clip. So, but yeah,
How
let's go.
Georgia Tech was on the bye week this week, or
Yeah, I think so. I didn't
I
see them on.
didn't see them this week. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go around the country, man. Anything you want to? Anything you see on
I feel like
here
the
that?
Oregon Wisconsin game, like Oregon, it was a battle of field goals early on. Uh, Wisconsin actually took a couple deep shots on Oregon's corners and hit a little bit.
Yeah.
Wasn't much though. Look at that, 96 yards.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
there
it
was like
wasn't much, but I seen it. I remember watching bits and pieces of it and seeing
plays,
the
yeah,
some of the
plays in a
shots
game,
they were hitting.
a deep shot here or there, and key plays. It was just very very close. Um, both teams. I didn't really watch this game, but I remember seeing like key parts of it a little bit. But both teams just like struggled a little bit offensively for sure. Battle of field
And
goals early on, and then they kind of like traded punch for punch with some touchdowns.
yeah, and people can say what they want about Wisconsin. I don't think they're a great team or even a good team, but I'll tell you what, playing night at Wisconsin is tough. That
Tough
fan
little
base is, yeah,
environment.
that fan base is rowdy. You get jump around going off in the fourth quarter. Um, you know, Yeah, I don't really take too much from this game. I think Oregon just kind of was having an off night, and I think playing in that tough atmosphere, it's hard to win at some of these places, man. Even if the other team isn't that good, man.
Yeah,
Atmosphere can get you, man. Night game, Big Ten, and the traveling.
they
I
had fell.
think Dan,
They had
huh?
a. They had a. Let's see. They had fell behind a little bit. Oregon was it like 6-3, or they had the lead? Did it ever fall behind?
No, they fell behind at some point.
They
I
did
got it
fall.
right here. They were actually down 13-6.
It should have been 16-6. I think they had a touchdown get called off or something.
Yeah. Yeah, then it stayed 13-13 up until, just about the end of the game.
Interception.
Yeah. Yeah. They got the ball back. Wisconsin got the ball back with a chance to
Either.
take the lead, and they threw an interception.
I got you.
Yeah. But did you see Dan Lannon with the fake field goal?
Fake field goal. I don't know if I've seen that this week. How it went down.
Okay, so if I remember, so they had the lead 16-13, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was actually this drive right here. They had the game. They had the lead. It was 13-16, and it was like 4th and 8. I'm trying to find it. It may not be there, but maybe this one. No, it ain't this one. Anyway, it was like 4th and 8, man, and it was a chance to go up 19-13. And dude on 4th and 8 decides to do a fake field goal and doesn't get it. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull it up now.
I see it. I got it up on X.
Do you? All right.
Okay, I see. How long was it? How many yards he needed to convert?
I think it was 8 yards.
4th and 8, you said?
I think so.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like his aggressiveness. People get mad, but I'm for it. Like, be aggressive as shit. I like it. All right, let's see what other games we got. We wanted to.
I would call that with 8 yards to go. However, though, 8 yards is kind of a lot of yards for that situation.
It is, and it also, you have a chance to go up even more. I just thought it was kind of odd. All right.
Oh, that like 4 yards less.
Yeah. Kansas BYU. That was a pretty decent game. I kind of felt also it was going to go this way. You called it as your upset pick. I tell you what, man, Kansas is a good football team. I know they're 4-6, but they've got a coach that I just absolutely love.
How many of their 6 losses were one-score losses, though?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
It's been a rough season for Kansas. Lots of heartbreaks.
Yeah, 23-17, 23-20, 32-28, 38-27, 35-31, 29-27. I mean, goodness. I mean,
wonder.
if you flip all them,
I wonder if their nucleus is coming back.
I think Jalen Daniels is gone, and I think
Oh, man.
next year's. That's why this year's been disappointing because
If they had nucleus coming back with all that close experience right there, I feel like that would be dangerous for next year. But if they're losing a good bit of their playmakers, that's going to hurt.
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure I do because this year was supposed to be their big year. Everybody was coming back. That's what made this year kind of disappointing, man. They just ain't really played up to the standard. But these last 2 weeks, they've beaten Iowa State, which was ranked 17th, and BYU ranked 6th, and they only lost to Kansas State by 2 points. So it looks like they're turning over. Hopefully, they got Colorado and Baylor, which is 2 tough games because Baylor's playing a lot better.
Yeah, that's two tough teams to close out.
To try to get bowl eligibility.
It's going to take everything they get.
Yeah. So, yeah. I was in. Let's see what else we got. My dog is having a fit in this room. Another game I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this one. Man, our boy Sellers had a game.
Sellers.
I don't know if you've seen it, but dude, 21 for 30, 353. Dude.
Hey, I remember tweeting about him last week, bro. I just, man, he's one of the best freshmen in the country. Over like any freshman.
If I'm South Carolina, I don't know what their NIL situation is, but I'd make damn sure every dollar I had went to that man.
Holy crap! Yeah, South Carolina's been recruiting well, man. Look at their roster.
Yeah, they've got it, man, dude. This team has a chance to finish 9-3. This is a team that I picked to go like 3-9 this year. I picked them to be one of the worst, down there at the bottom of the SEC. And I'm not Shane Beamer's biggest fan, but I got to give him a lot of credit and give him his flowers, man. He's to go 9-3 with the schedule they had in the SEC with South Carolina and the talent that he's been able to get there.
South Carolina,
I'm with you.
They currently 20 right now, and they recruit for 25 team rankings.
Yeah.
Look at that top 20 class, and they putting together some good talent in South Carolina. Watch out.
Yeah, Sellers is doing, and Sellers, I'm so high on him, man.
Man, that boy hard to tackle, dog. What? That is a tank back, but he threw for 5, dog.
5, yeah. This is his best.
45, all right.
Yeah, and this was his best passing output he's had all the year.
Rocket Sanders is a junior or senior?
He is, I believe he's a senior. Yeah, senior. So he's gone after this year.
He's a tank.
Which he had a game-winning, I think he had the game-winning touchdown. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was pretty good.
The lead, I thought South Carolina was blowing them out.
No. Oh man, let me pull up. Let's pull up. Hold on. We're gonna have to pull this up so Season can see this in person.
You got it.
Let's get this up on Twitter. I got it up right. Let's see. I can't believe you hadn't seen this. Let's see. Rocket Sanders. Oh shoot. Here it is, right here.
Hold up. The shuffle pass, dog?
Yeah.
Hold up. I need to replay.
I know. I'm fixing to try to mute it real quick. Yeah.
Big plays downfield.
There we go. Yeah. So 27. What they were down.
Rockets
Yeah,
handed
they were. Dude, it was 30-27 with however many seconds left. Let's go back and look at it again. 20 seconds left. This was the play that won them the game.
They must have had a timeout left in their pocket, though. I bet.
Two of them.
Yeah. Okay. Two of them.
Yeah, two
So
of them.
they still were in good shape, but I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They could have at least tied it.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think about it even like that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, what a finish by Rocket Sanders though, bro.
Dude, that's a boss. I can't stop watching it. I
Yeah.
mean, look at that. Like, look how he just barrels his way in there. Boom.
Patience and
Boom.
then boom, boom, ran over that safety that popped off that linebacker.
Yeah. It was awesome.
He's tough to tackle too, bro. I don't want to play South Carolina bowl game, dog.
Oh, heck no.
Don't give me South Carolina.
I wouldn't want to play South Carolina, period. I said it on the show Thursday. I think they're the best 30-loss team in the country.
Better have a defense that can tackle, dog.
There's teams. I think there's teams in the top 15 that I would pick. I would pick South Carolina over them.
You think they at 9-3? You think South Carolina might slip in maybe, or they won't be that much respect to them?
No, they're not going to get in. I don't think. I mean, some if any like crazy stuff happened, but I'll be honest. I think they could beat BYU.
They play Clemson, right? Don't they got Clemson?
Yeah, they got Clemson. Yep.
That's a good win.
Yep. If they can get Clemson, that'd be a good win. Oh, I'm telling you, there's teams in the top. I mean, hell, Texas A&M's in the top 15, and they beat them. I think they could beat. I think they could beat Colorado. I think they could beat. I think they could beat Tennessee.
Playing some good ball right now, bro.
Yeah, I think they could beat Tennessee. I know they could beat BYU, and I know they could probably beat.
I hate that. So news of the divisions.
Yeah,
it's like South Carolina, Tennessee didn't play, but it's like we don't got divisions anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll go ahead and be hot take this. I think they could beat Texas.
They dangerous, bro. They dangerous right now, South Carolina.
I think they could beat Texas, man. I really do. That D line is, we talk about sellers, but that D line's nasty. That D line is nasty. Stanford got the upset over Louisville. That's crazy. Wasn't expecting that.
Hold up, Alabama played Mercer, dog.
Yeah.
Man, how you feel about SEC teams playing cupcakes in November?
I would rather us just never play cupcakes, to be honest with you.
Honestly, especially in November, though, right?
Yeah, I'm not for it. I'm for the SEC going to 9 games. Honestly, I've now warmed up to the fact I want the SEC to go to 10 conference games.
9 for sure, at least.
Yeah, 9 for sure, but I would love to just go ahead and go to 10.
Put our way up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't think we'll ever see them at 10, but I would love to go 10 and then schedule.
Yeah, they need to make that rule for like as quick as possible for not next year, but the following season. Put that in place or something.
I know Greg Sankey wants it bad, and I agree with him.
We need that. We can't be having cupcakes in November.
No, this is the SEC slate for next week. You don't even want to see it. And I think it's pretty.
We got cupcakes all over.
Yeah, it's cupcake heaven. I think the only real.
Not in November. I'm not cool with that. Not for the SEC at least, or the Big Ten.
Yeah, I'm not either. We got Massachusetts, UGA, UTEP, Tennessee, Orford, South Carolina, Louisiana Tech. I mean, we got Vandy, LSU, Texas A&M, Auburn, Alabama, Oklahoma.
Those are SECs though.
Yeah, so
that's not nice.
I thought it was going to be more cupcakes than that, but yeah, we got Massachusetts, UTEP. I mean, to me, anytime you see a spread that's 43.5, I don't think it should be played.
UMass,
like
Georgia playing UMass. So yeah, I'm
I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, I'm a Georgia fan. I'm not watching that game.
Like that's stupid though. But
I'm not. I love my dogs, but I'm not gonna. I'll have it on a little iPad, and I'm gonna watch other games.
UTEP, Waff.
Yeah, sorry. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all, man. All right, you got any game balls to give out? I'll give out mine if you want. If you ain't had anybody picked out yet.
Yeah, who you got?
I'm gonna be a homer. I'm going Carson Beck. I
I
think
like Ray Carson Beck balled out this week, bro.
yeah, I think he had. I don't have any more than that. Usually, I like to try to pick a coach, but I didn't really find any that I wanted to pick this week. So I'm just gonna have one game ball. I think Carson Beck had his redemption game. You know, like we said, he was 25 for 40, 347, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and he had a QBR of 98. So yeah,
Yeah.
that gets my game ball, man. I was really impressed with him.
After you show me South Carolina stats, I kind of want to give a game ball to Sellers, but I'm gonna go with the Heisman favorite, bro. I'm gonna go with Travis Hunter. Hey,
Travis
let's
Hunter.
do it all. I'm gonna go with Travis Hunter, give him the game ball, bro. Hey, he did the Heisman poll twice, bro. Did he? I think he had a Heisman moment, bro. That catch, whenever he
Oh
went
yeah,
up and like snagged it over two people, and I feel like the touchdown might have been a Heisman moment too, kind of. Whenever he did the trickery dance a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, that touchdown, I was actually going to say when we talked about it, that was actually supposed to be a pass to Shador. He was supposed to pass it, but Shador
Pass
slipped.
he covered or he slipped, yeah.
Yeah, he slipped and
Then he,
fell.
then he just used his athleticism to like bounce around like a group of people. He made a missed tackle on a safety too, on that end when he dove in
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't blame. I had Sellers actually. You can't see it, but I had Sellers written down as the other one to give a game ball to.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll give Sellers a game ball.
let's give 3 game balls. We gotta
Yeah,
give
let's
one.
do three. Sellers 21 for 30, 353, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Let's give it to Seth,
Hell of a game.
the freshman sensation, dog.
Yeah,
They
he's
need
on.
to play now. Shit, them in Florida are in good hands, quarterback wise.
Yeah,
Two
yeah.
really good quarterbacks.
I'm excited to see those three kids, or Sellers and Lagway next year. It's going to be fun to watch them next year. They still have some opportunities to make some noise. Sellers is going to get an opportunity to play Clemson.
Any other freshmen QBs are kind of playing right now?
Um, not in the SEC, at least. I don't think.
Trying to think. I don't know. I don't think it's on the SEC, huh?
No, and Arch ain't going to be a freshman next year. What? He's a sophomore now, ain't he?
Marcel Reed's a sophomore. You
No,
know,
well, he's a red shirt freshman.
red shirt freshman. Okay.
Yeah, but Arch, what is he? He's a sophomore, ain't he?
Mm, I think
Yeah,
so.
because he was a freshman last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a sophomore, but I mean, I'm excited for next year. We'll have Arch probably starting. We'll have Nuss coming back. I would think Nuss is coming back. I don't think he's leaving. And then
A lot of the quarterbacks are coming back, I think, huh?
yeah,
For the
yeah,
most part.
yeah. Beck will be gone because I think he's a senior anyway, so he'll be gone. But yeah, man, we had a really good week of ball. I'm excited for next week. It ain't the biggest slate, but every time we say that, something crazy happens. So. Unfortunately, we're going to have to watch Indiana Ohio State at noon, which sucks. But
Big noon with Joe
yeah, our boy Joe Platt.
Ohio State.
Yeah, I do think we have some potential. I wouldn't sleep on Florida against Ole Miss, but I don't know if that one's at home. I think that one's in Gainesville, ain't it?
Ole Miss
Yeah,
uh, than LSU was for sure.
yeah. So, but yeah, man, that was a good show, dude. You got anything else you want to?
Nah, man, let's close out. Let's close out. I'm already excited for next week.
Yeah, I am too. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Let's check back in with us Wednesday, and we'll do a guest interview if we can get somebody lined up. And then Thursday we'll do our preview show. So y'all come back, hit the like and subscribe button, and thank y'all for joining us. See y'all.